I'm Annabelle and welcome to Meeple Village. Today we're going to be playing a full run through of Bring Out Your Dead, which I'm sure is a game inspired by Monty Python and that famous scene where a guy is walking around with a card collecting dead people and someone is trying to kill someone so they can put him in the cards and saying that he's already dead when he's not, clearly, because he's talking. If you haven't watched Monty Python, I'm sure most of you have, but if you haven't, go watch it. It's an awesome movie if you like that kind of humor. But yeah, this game is pretty old. I think maybe 10 years, 9 years, something like that. But I felt the need to do a playthrough because as you were gonna hear me during the playthrough, I didn't find a playthrough online that I really liked. So I said, hey, why not do my own? I have the game. So join me at the table and let's play Bring Out Your Dead. All right, guys, I have the game almost ready to go. Let's go over setup with you guys so you understand what you need to do if you're playing the game. So first, the board, and you'll notice it says 2 to 3 players. So this is a double-sided board. There are obviously more spaces for coffins if you flip it, and it's a higher player count. Up on top, we have the Gravedigger cards, which of course you won't understand now, but this is pretty much the guy with the cart collecting the dead people, because the game is called Bring Out Your Dead. Monty Python reference, of course. So we put these here and you'll understand how those are used in a minute. We got our coffins ready to be plotted, or I guess people to be buried here. And then we have 2 different decks that we're going to be using during the game. One is a treasure deck, which has a green border around it, and we're going to shuffle that. And each player at the beginning of the game gets 1 treasure card. So we'll do that. So 1 for you and 1 for you. And then there are 3 treasures that I'm supposed to put one after the other, but I think I'm going to put them side by side so that I can have the coffins for my player on camera. And then the Fate deck, which has a purple border. And these are cards that are going to give you special powers. But the problem with treasures and fate cards is that once you use them, you discard them. You don't have them anymore. The treasures, if you hold on to them until the end of the game, give you extra points. But they're really cool cards. So with the fate cards, as opposed to with the treasures, where we only get 1 each, we get 3, and then we pick 1 to keep. So I'm going to give this guy 3, and I'm going to give this guy 3, and then we'll pick in a minute. And then the last but not least, I'm playing a 2-player game because I wouldn't be able to play more than 2, I don't think. This is a lot of hidden information, so playing by myself is, I have all the information, so don't do it at home. I'm just doing it to show you what the game feels like, because I looked online and I didn't really enjoy the playthroughs that I watched. And even though this is a really old game, I wanted to do my own playthrough and put it out there and hopefully give you an idea of what the game feels like. If you haven't caught any of the other playthroughs, then here's one. And if you have and you want to see it done again, well then welcome, and I hope you enjoyed this one. So we're playing orange player and blue player, and these are our coffins. So we have coffins that are double coffins. So there's 2 coffins in one, which fit in places where there's 2 spots, like that wouldn't fit there, or even like it would fit here, or here, or here. And then there's single coffins. We have 8 single coffins, 5 double coffins, and the single coffins fit there, or they can fit there, or they can fit here, or in the mass graves, which is also an option. Same goes for the blue player. And I want to talk about the board, but first let's talk about the cards. So everybody starts with the same cards, and we both start with the same thing. We're going to have a 7 that has a special power. We're going to have a 6 that has a special power. We're going to have a 5 that has a special power. We're going to have a 3 that does not have a special power. And we're going to have a 2 that has a special power if you play a 2 and a 3. That's why it has a 3 there. So those 2, a combination of those 2 is what gives you a special power. And I'll tell you what we do when and how we get trigger those special powers when we do. And again, he's got the same exact thing, but what makes the starting card or starting deck unique is the fate card and treasure cards that you get, which I will pick in a minute. But first, let's talk about the board. So there's a river, and there are two sides, east and west, and every time we're going to be placing coffins in either one of those sides, but only in one side, and you'll see how that's determined in a minute. But then also on top of that, these lots are bordered by these walls, and every border is a section. And there's, in this side at least, there's one section that also goes for majorities. So this big 8 right here in this marble or stone structure determines that in this section and this section only, whoever gets majority in the coffins here will add an additional 8 points. So you would think, oh, it's only 3 points, as opposed to this one gives me 10 points if I put 2 things here, or a double coffin here. But if you want to go for majority, that's where you go. And there's also this special, but before I go to that, on the other side there's 2, and there's one that's not that great, because if you have majorities here, it's -4, and in this game there's a lot of take that, so you might want to put your opponents in this lot, which gives them 6 points, but in reality, if they have majority, they're going to lose 4 points. So, and then here it's a little bit more, I guess it's higher scoring. These are 4s instead of just 3s. But you only get 4 points, 4 extra points at the end of the game. And then let's talk about these. These are mass graves, and you can see that they only give you 1 point at the end of the game, but you get the luxury of drawing either a treasure card, which is the green border one, or a fate card, which I haven't put 3 of them out here. Okay. When you place one of your family members on the mass graves. And then also coffins can go in the river, which you'll understand later. But if you have coffins in the river, you're going to lose points at the end of the game. And there's a little chart here that tells you, because they accumulate. If you have only 1, you lose 3 points. But if you have 2, you lose 7 points. So, and it keeps getting worse and worse the more coffins you have. Now, there are cards that would allow you to save your coffins that are in the river, but only if you find those cards, right? And that's it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you all of the information for player orange, who's going to be the first player, but I'm going to keep the information for blue player hidden so that it looks more, at least to you, because to me it won't feel like that, but to you, you'll have some information that you won't know about, and that will kind of give you a better idea of what the game would feel if you didn't have all the information like what I'm facing right now. So let's take a look at the orange player and the special cards that he got. And there's a cheat sheet that I'm going to show you, which has all of the iconography explained, so that's great. But first, let's take a look at his cards and figure out what they are. So you already saw these, which are called the death certificates, which are in everybody's deck, and we went over them, and they have special powers. So this one is pretty easy to understand. Load 1 coffin in the cart. This one is load a double coffin in the cart. And this one is load a single coffin in the cart. We start with more single coffins, 8 as opposed to 5 double coffins, so of course it makes sense that there's more. And then these 2 are blank, and one that if we play it with the 3 will trigger a power. If you play just this one in a turn, it gives you nothing, and if you play just the 3 in a turn, it gives you nothing. But also takes away nothing, as you will probably see during the game and understand better. But these I'm going to put aside because these you always keep. They come back to your hand, so you're always going to have these cards available to you every turn. So for his treasure, the orange player got a rosary, which if you play it at any point during the game, gives you 4 points, as denoted here. It's also a number 4 in ranking, which you'll understand when we start bidding, is what they call it. But if you hold on to it until the end of the game, it's a set collection card, which the more cards you have, the more points you get. And you see that having just 1 is useless. But if you have more than 1, then the points start getting like higher and higher. And then as far as his fate card, he got this 3. So we're going to go to the cheat sheet and take a look at what these things do. So we have number 8, which higher ranking is better. You get to play them first. So you're always looking for high numbers. And this one again is pretty simple. You can load a single coffin into a cart, but with an 8 as opposed to our a starting 7 that we have in our hand. So a little bit of a better cart, but remember it's a one-time use only. Then we've got a grave robber, and there's that iconography. And over here you see that it works for double coffins or single coffins, but let's take a look at what this exactly does. So again, there's a nice reference with all, and it's double-sided, so it's got all the stuff. So if I take a look, let's see if we can find this one. It is right there. So right here. So swap an opponent's coffin with one of your coffins in any grave. So if somebody picked a place that you wanted to go to, the robber will let you take it back. And it is a number 9, so again, a high-ranking card. And then we got a fortune teller, and that's a very low-ranking card. And let's take a look at her ability, which is right here. So it says, discard all reveal cards and replace them. You may take 1 fate and 1 treasure card. So that's also a pretty good card. So I gotta pick one of them. Honestly, I like them all. I think the fortune teller, I'm debating between one of these. I don't think right now I need the grave robber. I might need that later in the game if I see that they're taking all the good spots. But right now, I mean, getting treasure cards and fate cards is actually pretty good. So I'm going to actually go for that one, believe it or not, the lowest ranking one, and see how it goes. And then the 2 that I didn't pick go to a discard pile in case the deck ever runs out. And then I'm going to make the same decision for the blue player, but I won't show it to you so that, again, you can keep some kind of information hidden. And I just realized that I put those in the wrong discard pile. That's the treasure discard card, and these are fate cards. So they're all here, and I mean, you can tell that I also discarded a grave robber, although you don't know what else I discarded. I mean, the blue player. And with that, we are ready to go, so we can get started. So the game goes by pretty quickly, the turns. So what you do is the first player, which is going to be orange, is going to reveal a grave card, a grave digger card. And this card is going to show you how many coffins we can fit this round. So looking at this card, this is where you put the first coffin, and depending on how many players, we will stop. So because we're playing a 2-player game, we're able to put 1, 2, 3, 4 coffins in this cart, or up to 4 from both of us. If we were playing with more players, obviously more coffins would be able to fit. So the next decision I gotta make as the orange player is, do I want to go to the to this side of the river, to the west, or do I want to go to the east side of the river? Meaning that if I pick the east, only this burial sites are available, and if I go to this side, then this burial sites are available. And I think I'm gonna stay here and go for that. And then the first player has decided where the cart is going to go. So the next thing we do is we each secretly choose 3 cards to play during this round. And we kind of have to plan, trying to see, can we fit our coffins, or is the other player going to play higher ranking cards and take over the cart and I won't be able to fit my things. So with that in mind, let's make a decision for the orange player, who is first. And first player breaks ties. So if we play the same number, number or ranking card, if I play a 9 and he plays a 9, the first player breaks a tie. So the first player wins and will put a coffin first. So, and again, after that, we're going to set the coffins that we put in the cart out here in the mausoleum. But first, let's make a decision. What are we going to play? So thinking that there are 4 spots in that cart, there's a pretty big chance that we'll get our stuff onto the cart. So I think we're going to play our 7, because that way we know for sure, unless they have a fate card like mine, which of course not a 1, but a higher ranking one, I will be able to go first because I break ties. But apart from that, I think I also want to send my double coffin in if I can. And then why not? Let's go ahead and use this card and try to get a fate card and a treasure card, by replacing them first, to give us more options for the future. So I've chosen my 3 cards, and I will not reveal them until the other player is ready. All right, so I've picked cards for both players, so then we're going to reveal them. And I think for now, since we have space, we can put them here, but later on I'll have to find another place. So this is the cards that they played, and these are the cards that I played, or the orange player, which is us, I guess, in a way. So now we resolve them in higher ranking order. So we look around and we see that the highest ranking is a 7. So this 7 is going to trigger first, and we're going to load a coffin in the cart, just like I thought we would. And this goes back into my hand because this is a death certificate or a gray card, not a fate card. So it'll come back to me. And then we look again and we see who's the next ranking card, highest ranking card. And we both have 6s, but like I told you, I break ties. So I go next and I get to load a double coffin, which fits in this little square. For the purposes of loading the cards. So I get to do that. And you don't have to put the cards back. I just feel like it's easier to get them out of the way, especially since I'm playing solo, and not get confused. Did I play that card already? Did I not? But you know, you can keep them in your hand and then put them back in your deck at the end. The next player is going to be the blue player who's got a 6 as well. And he's going to get a chance, or she's going to get a chance to get in the cards as well. And that goes into their hand. And then we resolve the next highest ranking card, which will be a 3. Now the blue player did play a 3 and a 2, the combo, so they do get a fate card for free, but they don't get any more stuff in the cart. And when you pick a fate card from here, you can pick one of the ones that are face up, or you can draw one blind. I think to keep things interesting for you, and actually for me too, I'm going to draw a blind. I'm going to ignore those. And I know those are going away, but yeah, we're just going to do it like that. And then the fortune teller is going to trigger, and it's going to send everything off to the discard pile. And after we do that, we're going to, again, replenish our market. And I get to pick both a treasure and a fate card. And what was my treasure? It was a rosary. So because of the set collection, if that would have been a rosary, I would have gone for that. But instead, I have another set collection I can start with, or a ruby that is in end of game scoring. And I'm not sure what this does, but let's check it out. And I look for this symbol and I found it right here. So it says 2 points for each grave area in which you have the most coffins. Oh my gosh, that's pretty good. That just is like a majority in everywhere, right? 2 points for each grave area in which you have the most coffins. I think I'm keeping the ruby. And now I have a goal in mind of trying to have the most coffins in each area, because 2 points, there's a lot of areas. Let's do it. And as soon as I take a card, it gets replenished. Not that I'll be able to get another one. And there's the rosary. If I would have taken one blind, I would have 4 points to my name. But I think the ruby can, if I play things right, get me more in the end. If I remember that I have it, because playing with, but okay. So anyways, so my fate card that I used, and I still have to pick a fate card for free, but my fate card that I used is going away. Like this, it gets the... I don't remember if it gets discarded or if it's out of the game. I don't think, I've never seen the game go through the deck, so I'll just discard it. I do believe it's discarded. And then I get to pick a card from here, or one blind. I like this 11. What this does, I know this one, is that it switches the card to the other side. So it's kind of like a surprise attack. You think you're going to this side of the river, but if somebody plays the... what is it called? Twist of Fate, you're actually going to the other side of the river. So I'll take that one. And this one, by the way, is safe from the river. So it lets you get stuff, either a double coffin or 2 single coffins out of the river. But I don't have anything in the river yet. And I hope to keep it like that. And there's another one. So there's a big chance that we can get to those. All right, so we've played our cards, and that's it. That's the one phase of the game. The second phase of the game is loading these, or unloading the cart and putting stuff there. And we go in... color order, I guess, or in player order, or in left to right order, I should say. So the first coffin is the orange one, so I get to pick where I want it. And now that I know that I need majority, then I want to spread out. So I'll definitely go here first, because that will give me majority, at least for now. So you don't get these points right away, because there is a chance that people can move you and get you out of those spots. So you score those points at the end of the game. But for now, I have majority here, so that's 9 points for me. Of course, my opponent doesn't know it, or does she? And something else to consider, which now that I'm going to the second coffin, is that these numbers, you notice how there's only one number up here as opposed to here where there's 2 numbers. You have to fill both of them in your color in order to get the points. So if I, for example, only had this, then the other player could come here and nobody gets those points. So he doesn't get those points, I don't get those points. He's simply just blocking me out of 10 points. But that is a possibility. So that's why I think it's much better to come here with my double coffin and try to claim that 10 spot, which is actually 12 points for me, because right now, as of right now, I have majority here. And then he's going to come somewhere and he's thinking I'm going to go for the majority here since I get an extra 8 points. Not a bad decision. Okay. And that's it. That is a round. So now what we do is we discard this one, which I'm just going to discard it to the bottom. And the blue player has a choice with the next card that came up. And you notice we only have 3 spots for this one. So I think he's going to come over here and start filling out this graveyard. And he's going to pick 3 cards. I'm going to pick 3 cards. Let's go. All right, so these are the cards I'm holding in my hand, and you'll notice I have a lot more cards than when I started. I got my rosary, which I'm not willing to play right now because I want to leave it for the end of the game. If I played it right now, I would get 4 points, but I would toss the ability to get more points for the end of the game. I'm also going to take my gemstone. This is what this one is called, and you know it's a gemstone because it has a gem at the top, which gives me 4 points at the end of the game, plus, like I've said, 2 points for every majority. And then if I do use it during the game, I get 4 points, and that's that. So I'm not going to use it. I'm thinking I can get more than 4 points for that. Then I got my guy that switches the card. So if I want to do that, I know there's 3 spots in the cart right now, and I'm not first. So ties are broken. So I don't think I'm going to get a lot of opportunities to put stuff in the cart. So with that in mind, I think I'm just going to go for the 7 and then my combo here so that I can get a fate card, because I don't want my coffins to end up in the river, because that's pretty much not a good place to be since you get negative points at the end of the game for that. So these are the 3 cards I'm going to play. Let's go. So as long as I can keep them here, I'll try. And here we go. Okay, so these are the cards that he played. So then we look around, we look for the highest card, and that would be the lovely Aunt Nola. And maybe she's from New Orleans. And her ability is to put a single coffin in the cart. So that triggers now, because this card is a fate card, it goes into the discard pile. He won't be able to use it again. Now we go to the next one, and just like I figured, the orange player, which of course I figured because I'm playing by myself, but you know, we are tied, and he gets to break the tie. So he's gonna put a single coffin here, and this card does go straight back into his hand, and I get to go next. And luckily there's still a spot, so I get to load a single coffin in this cart and at least get 1 spot here. And then he played just a 3, so his combo doesn't trigger, but mine does. I do get a fate card because I played a 3 and a 2. So what fate card do I want? I like this being able to load a double coffin. I've had games in the past where I was out of all the single coffins because it's easier to load them since there's more cards that allow you to do that, and I was stuck with all my double coffins. So I don't want that to happen, and again, that might not happen in this game. And then we get a reburial, which lets you move one of your coffins to another spot on the board, which might be good for me since I'm trying to go for those majorities. But everybody has gone, everybody has triggered the cards. No thing in the river, which is eventually you'll be forced to, because the cards don't hold a lot of stuff, and you don't have any cards that allow you to not send out cards. And I'm pretty sure you'll see that at some point. I mean, I'm trying not to get my coffins in the river. But now we're gonna unload. So the blue player gets first dibs, and he likes those majorities. So he's gonna come here and attempt to get the majority on the on this one. And also he's going to, where else does he want to go? He's gonna just go for the majority here and kind of solidify it. He's got 2 to my 0, and if not, he'll move stuff around if he sees that I don't go for that. And I'm not going for that. I'm going for my majority in every area. So I'm going to put my guy there and try to get those 5 points. And that's it. We are done with this round. So yeah, orange player is up again, picking which side this card is going to go. And here's a perfect example. We only have 1 spot for a coffin this round, so we really have to be careful. Now I'm first, so bigger chance that I will get my coffin in there, but I don't know, we'll see. So this is where I kind of have to be careful because I don't want my stuff to end up in the river. I do have this one that I think is the biggest one of them all. So I think I will play that one and get a double coffin out. I gotta go make sure that I can fit it somewhere and then do my combo to get another fate card. If I play my double coffin, yeah, I can go here and claim majority here. I kind of want to spread out my stuff. So I've picked my cards. And then he knows he's going second. Let's see what he plays. All right, so we've made our decision and here are the cards. Now the coffins are getting everywhere, so we gotta be careful. And yes, he did try. Well, of course, you don't know what he's got in his hand, so there is a reason why he's doing what he's doing, trust me. But in the meantime, I do win because, or not win the game, but like win the bidding war, because I do have an 8, which I'm gonna have to discard, but I'm getting my double coffin here, which is was exactly my plan. And this guy, of course, is a fate card, so he goes away. The next card is a 7, which puts a single coffin, or tries to put a single coffin in the cart, but because there is no room, it just goes down the river. The cart person doesn't want to carry it, so it goes down the river, and it's the first one. It's going to lose him 3 points as of now. And that goes back into his hand. And then we both have the combo, so we're both getting fate cards. Now, I was first player this time, so I get to pick my fate card first. And I don't think I need a reburial, and I don't need to save anything from the river, so I'm just going to grab one from the top, and it is a reburial, so okay, I guess I can rebury. And it's okay, because he might move me around. And then he has to pick, and you'd think he wants to save something from the river. He does, but he doesn't. But you know what? I guess he will take a save from the river card for now. Okay, and we get a bribe digger, which has another ability, which I'll explain in a minute. I don't even remember. But well, actually, since I spoke about it, let's check it out. So what's the bribe digger do? The bribe digger is right here. So it says move an opponent's coffin from a grave to any other open grave. So they just move stuff around. All right, but that's that. And now we have to put the coffin, and I'm the only one, or orange player is the only one with the coffin. So you know that I wanted to put it there to keep spreading around. And eventually I should probably get in here. But for now, I'm good. And now blue player is going to reveal the top card, and we have 3 spaces. And where does he want to go? Does he want to go over there and get more majority, or does he want to come over here? I feel like here, more points, but also you lose points. And by the way, I haven't talked about this one. I guess we'll go over here. He's going to try to go for that 11 if you can. I also want that 11 because it will be majority. In here, and it tells you right here, if you place a coffin here, you can't just pick any spot. Obviously, you would want to pick the 7, right? Because it's the highest one. You have to, the first coffin has to go here. The second coffin has to go in the next one. The third coffin, no matter who, can go in the next one. So you have to go from lower to higher. You can't just jump around. All right. So also I noticed that this one is a pretty special one because it's easier to get fate cards than it is to get treasures. And I do want my rosary, so keeping that in mind, maybe this is a good time to switch the cards over. There are 3 spots, so let's pick cards. He'll pick first since he's the first player, although you pick simultaneously, but it's only one me. So I'm thinking since he's the first player this round, he might want to put at least 2 coffins in the cart, so I only have 1 spot left. He might even want to put 3, I don't know. He might want to trigger the combo. I don't know what he's thinking, but I know that I want to move this over, so I'm going to play that because I still have a spot over there that I need to grab. Actually, there's 2 areas that I still need to grab to get the majority on this side and then start working on the other side if possible. And I also would like to get a treasure card, but I only get 1 chance. I mean, I don't know, but I'm thinking I most probably will only get 1 chance to put something on the cart. So with that in mind, I do want that rosary that's there. So I think I will play my 7 and try to make that the card that will help me get the rosary. And then I need to find me, oh, I do have a reburial, which is great because after, in a later turn, not this turn because this one is higher number than this one. If not, I will play them both. I can take the card that I put in the mass grave, which is only 1 point, and put it somewhere else and get me my majority. So that's the plan there. So all I need is one more card. And of course, I won't be able to get my combo. I don't think I want to try to put anything else on the cart because I think it's going to just go down the river. So I'll just play my blank one, just to play the 3 cards that I'm required to play every turn. All right, and with that, we've played all of our cards. So I will put them like this, and we'll put them like this. And I think my plan worked out great. Of course, it's my plan and I'm the only one here, but we check for highest rank. And even though he's first player, I do have an 11. And again, this one just moves the card over to the other side. So whatever plans he had, now they're kind of like, you know, not working out as well as he thought. So he goes next because he's got a 9, and this is a save for the river. I can get up to 2 coffins out of the river. I only had 1. I want to, oh, it does go to a grave, so I can put it in the grave. And let me double check something. Yes, it is as I thought. When you play a fate card and it affects movement into any spot in the cemetery, you actually do not have to be guided by where the cart is. So if I wanted to put this coffin over here where there is no cart, I could. It's entirely my choice because I played a fate card, and that of course goes to the discard pile. And where do I want my coffin? I already have priority here, which I should be telling you. I should just be picking, right? Because this is mine. Oh, I know he wanted to go to the 11th, but I would love to go to the 11th with a double coffin to get it done. So I think I'm gonna come here and get 5 points instead. Yeah, or I could go here and get 5 points. Of course, I don't know that. Yeah, I'm gonna go here just because who knows if we'll keep picking this side, and I kind of want to make sure that I don't get stuck and there's no other place to put coffins. So I'll go there. Actually, what am I talking about? Oh yeah, because that was a reburial. I'm like, why am I putting coffins out? Okay, I got too excited. All right, so he's next because he was first player and he has a 7 and I have a 7. So we're loading a single into our card. So that fits right there. And then I luckily got to put something in my cart. It's also a single, so it'll go here and that goes back into my cart. And then he has the next highest ranking, which is a double coffin. And that oops, yeah, wait a minute. I thought I got one, didn't I? I grabbed it from the wrong player. Sorry about that. Okay, should be like that because I did have a 7 that loaded a guy. Okay, and then he loaded his double coffin. Great, good for him. And then I just have a nothing, so nothing happens with that one. All right, so we're done. Nobody's getting fate cards this turn, so let's load them up. So he was thinking of going this way, obviously, but now he's gonna have to figure it out over here. So I think he's got majorities here, so he's not worried about it. He could like really consolidate his majority, but I think for now he's just gonna go there and take the 5 points. My plan, as you all know, is to come here and get a treasure because I really want this rosary so that I can have the set collection, and this gets replaced. And look, there's another rosary, so you know what I want. And then he is here, so he can get 9 points over there, or he can start with 7 points and then make it bigger. But he's giving me a chance to fill in that spot, so I think he's just going to go for the 9. And of course, I'm thinking, oh no, he's totally messing up with my plans because now I don't have majority here, and I don't have majority here, and I don't have majority here. 3 places where he's taking my majority. He's actually only leaving me with 1 majority, so that's not good at all. And that's the thing in this game, that you think everything is going fine, and then it's like, oh well, it's not anymore. All right, so that was blue players going first. So now let's go for orange player. Only 2 coffins. Well, I don't have the ability to switch. And I do want another rosary, so if I can get me another treasure. So I'm going to go over here, and then I'm going to pick my cards. You know I want to at least get 1 coffin into the cart so I can get my other rosary. And these are my rosaries, so right now I only have 2 of them which is 4 points. But if I can get that third one, I will go up to 10 points. So I'm definitely want to do that. So I'm holding on to these because I want to leave them for the end of the game. And there's no hand limit, so I can have as many cards as I want in my hand. And then as far as, well, I have my ruby that I also don't want to play because I also want to try and get those majorities. And then I have my reburial, but I'll leave that for, or maybe for now, I'll think about it because there's only how many spots again? 2 spots. So it's very likely that he'll take a spot. I'll take a spot, he'll take a spot. So I might play my reburial now because I already have a coffin in the mass grave that I want to move. And then I'll definitely play my 7, which is my highest card, which means that this turn I also won't get a fate card. So I'll just have to play my blank again, which seems a little wasteful, but I guess I'm doing good stuff. All right, so we are good to go, and we'll reveal our cards. And maybe I'll just put them here. I think they're still on camera. I will check. Pretty sure they are. Yes, we're good. So it was orange. This is orange. I wish they would give you a first player marker, because I guess when you're not playing solo, it's not an issue, but when you're playing solo, I forget who was. So maybe I will get me a first player marker, a fake first player marker, to remember whose turn it is. All right, so totally unrelated to this game, Charmander is going to help us with this. And I guess he could burn someone alive and create a needed coffin. A bad joke, probably. All right, anyway, so he was first player. I remember that. But I know that every time I have to really think about it, who was the first player again? So this will help. All right, so highest numbered card is a 9, which is a reburial, which again lets me take one of my coffins from any grave and put it in another grave. And I noticed that the icons, once you understand them, it kind of makes sense. Same color to same color. So my coffin to an empty grave makes sense. But at first, you have to look at that cheat sheet, I'm not gonna lie. So yeah, I wanna get this guy out, and I want majorities everywhere, and they're messing up with my majorities. So I think here, so that I have majorities again there, and this gets discarded. So that was my 9. Now, actually, I get to go again because I have a 7. So I get to load a single into the cart, which I'm happy about because you know I want my rosary, and that goes back into my hand or my deck. And now he has a 6. He's loading a double one. Again, I'm trying to make sure that I don't get stuck with only doubles. So that's why he did that, although you should not know that. And then I drew a blank. So I not drew a blank, but played a 3, which does nothing. And he's getting a fate card. And what does he want? He's got nothing in the river. He can move one of my coffins to somewhere else. And it could be a double, so he could get me out of there, so he can pick that spot later. Or he can move one of his, but I don't think he needs to move any of his. He's happy, so he'll take the bribed digger. And another one comes out, and it's another twist of fate, which you know that I like. All right, and that's it. So now we're going to go. So I'm first, and you know that I want to get my rosary. So rosary acquired, I'm happy, 10 points. And he probably sees that. All right, there's 2 necklaces, which if somebody gets both is 5 points. Also, by the way, I forgot, when you go to the river, you get a free card. If it's a single coffin, you get to pick from either one. And if it's a double coffin, you get 1 from each. And I believe Blue went to the river with a single. So retracing my steps, I guess, I mean, now there's a lot of information, so I kind of think it's kind of cheating to grab whatever, but I don't know, because he missed a chance, let's say that he did get a necklace, and now I know that he's working towards that. And another one, ooh, another necklace. He's happy to see that, even though, again, I should have done that before. I apologize. All right, okay, so he has a double coffin. He's got to put it somewhere, and you know he likes big numbers, or you don't know, but I know. So he's gonna go here for the 9, and now he's totally messing with my majority, so I gotta get him out and put a thing there if I want to fight for that. And that's that. So we go to the next turn. And by the way, the end of the game triggers when one of us has gotten rid of all of our coffins. All right, so here we go. We got 3 spots for putting stuff in. I think now he's interested in those treasures, so I think because of that we're gonna go there. I mean, it's pretty obvious that he wants more necklaces. All right, let's pick our cards. So I've got my rosaries, which I'm going to leave for later. There's still one more rosary. Oh no, I got it. Okay, so I got all my 3 rosaries. I could have another one, and it will actually 2 more, right? Because I'm at 3. Yeah, there's 2 more, and I can go up to 20 points. So I'll be on the lookout for those, but there are none right now, so I don't want to play those. There are 3 spots on the card. I do want to try and get him out, so I do need fate cards somehow, and I'm not going to get him with this unless, you know, I play that and I go digging for fate cards, which there are none right now that will move him out of the way. But in the meantime, I also have to think about putting stuff out there and getting more majorities. So I'm going to play, I think, my double one, because I still have 4 single ones and 3 double coffins. So since there's 3 spots, I'm pretty sure that I'll be able to get 1 on the card. So I'll play my double one and try that. All right, and then we'll reveal. So these are my 3 cards, and he'll reveal. And yeah, I think I'll be able to put my stuff in my cart. All right, so first he's going to load a single one into the cart, and it goes back into his hand. Next, I, with my 6, will load a double one into the cart, and then I will put it back into my hand. And then everybody's getting a fate card, which I'm glad that he's first player, because maybe if he takes something from here, the one that I want will come out. Now, what does he want? Does he want to save somebody from the river? Probably not. Does he want to move one of his stuff? I think he's pretty happy with where things are right now. Yeah, so, and he doesn't want to move the cart anywhere, so he'll just take a blank. I mean, not a blank, a blind, okay, and very good. And these go back into his deck. And then for me, unfortunately, I don't really want any of those. What I want is to be able to move him out. So let's pick one and see what we get. And we just get a double into a cart. So not excited about that, not exactly what I wanted. If I could find another fortune teller, trust me, I will clear all this, especially those necklaces. But it wasn't in my fate, I guess. See what I did there? All right, and so everybody's done what they needed to do. So now we're gonna go ahead, and you know he wants a necklace, so he's gonna come and get a point. So now we both kind of want to get our stuff out of the mass grave, and let's see what comes next. Is a sapphire, okay, and now it's my turn to load, and I could get here fighting for majority, which will also means I'm fighting for majority of the 8th, or I could go the safer route and have majority here, which is only 2 points, so that's 9 points. This right now is just 6 and fighting for another 8 plus the majority, so I think this is the better choice, and we'll see what happens. Don't know if it's going to work out for me or not. And we did it, so we are back. And I am first player again. Thank you, Charmander, for your help. All right, we've got a lot of spots, a lot of spots, and I don't have a lot of ways to manipulate those spots. I still need fate cards, so I know I want to play that. I might want to get a couple of things in there so that I can continue my plan. So, but I can start majorities here since there's a lot of spots available here. So I'm going to go that way, which is not usually the way I go. All right, so now we're going to pick our cards. Let's do it. So I'll put my treasures aside for now. I think I'm going to go for maximum amount of coffins in the cart since there's a lot of spots and I'm first. I should take advantage of that. So with that, I'll put 2 double coffins, which are my last 2, and then 1 single coffin, and leave him with only 1 spot. I might end up in the river. Don't know. And if you end up in the river with a double coffin, it counts as 2 coffins in the river. So maybe because of that, I'll leave my last double one and I'll go for a single one in case it falls in the river. All right, so we've all picked our cards and we'll put them here, just looking at the numbers. And actually, you cannot, and this is good that it happened, so you know, I'll have to go back. Let me just, I mean, I know what these cards are, but you cannot put two cards with the same number in the same round. So I'm gonna have to go back. I forgot about that, but I remember now. So let me pick something different for him. Hold on. In a way, I'm glad that it happened because then, you know, you see it in action. Don't make that mistake. Okay, fine. So he'll just go for this one. There's not that many rules in the game. It's kind of easy, but there's some little details that you might forget when you're playing. So, all right, so just keep that in mind. Very good. So we've got our cards. He has a 9, so he's going to go first. And what he played was a reburial. He wants to get one of his one of his coffins out of a grave and put it in another grave. And again, because it's a fate card, he can do it anywhere, not just here. So you know he wants to take this one out. And where does he want to go? He wants to go high scoring. That's what he likes. Actually, he's going to go here to have majorities and get those 8 points. So that's how he did it. And now I'm like, ah! Anyways, so I'm next because I have an 8. So let's see what I got. I've got my rich uncle who's going to let me load a double into the first coffin. So thank you, uncle. Also, I gotta say, there's some cards, and I don't think we've had any out of all these, that have a point. Oh, actually, this one did, the Twist of Fate, and that was me. So I thank God it was this one, because I know. Actually, is there any others? No, there's no other, no. So when you play a card that has a point number, like a number with a little graveyard there, you actually get those points immediately when you play it. So I'm winning. I'm at 3 points. Yeah, oh, he has it here too. Should have known. All right, but I'm super sure that it was me that played that. So, oh, by the way, was it my turn? I guess so. Okay. All right, so now we continue. I loaded my double. I get to go because I am first player. So I get to load a single. The game is coming to an end soon. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, and he's got 5 left, which is going to be less in a minute because now he's next, and he's got a single loading into the next one. And then I break ties, so luckily I get my guy, and he's out of luck. He's going to have to dump one of his in the river. Alrighty, so with that done, now we can go ahead and put stuff out there. So, I know I want my majority, so I'm going to come over here. And I could also go majority here. Yeah, I think that's better. And since I want my majority, what I'm going to do is, you can put 2 guys, so I can, if he lets me, put that guy there as well. And because you don't have to actually, you get, how does this work? I think, yeah, that's right. If it's only one number, you have to fill both. But if there's 2 numbers, you can actually get 5 points and somebody else can get the 4 points. I believe that's how it works. Now, what does he want to do? He's got majority here. He's not worried about that. He wants big points, which will probably be one of these. So he'll come over here. And again, I'm like, oh, come on, dude. But it doesn't matter because I have another one. So I'll come here and I'll claim that spot, and I still have majority there. And I think that's that. So we are going to put that one there, and he's going to be first player. And what does he want? We only have 2 spots, and he only has 3 coffins left, and so do I. He's got majority here. He's got majority there. He's pretty happy. I don't think he wants me to touch that or that. So for that reason, I'm going to go here. I don't think it really matters. And then we're going to pick our cards. So let me pick for him first. Actually, I just looked at his cards, and I think if I was just playing and understanding what he was going to do, he would have gone to this side better. I'm glad that I started picking his cards first, because yes, he would have definitely gone to that side. So let's do it like that. I'm sorry, guys. Happens when I'm playing by myself, but I do apologize. And now we're going to pick our cards. So what do we want over here? We still need majority here. And we need to get him out of there, but we don't have a card that does that. So again, I'm going to leave my treasure cards over here, so you guys don't need to see those. And then let's take a look. All I have are my starting cards. So, and there's only 2 spots. So I think I'm going to go for my combo. And then do I want to load? I might end up dumping something in the river because he might have gone for the 2 spots. So with that in mind, I'm going to go for a 7, which is my highest one, but I'm going to go for a single in case I end up in the river. It doesn't count as 2. All right, so we both picked, so I'm just going to put mine here. And I need a fate card that moves him out of there and out of here. I don't know if I can do it with how little coffins we have left, but we'll try. All right, so here we go. So he goes first because he's got a 9. And he gets to take one of mine, the other color, and place it in a different one. Let's double check, but I'm pretty sure that's what it is. So here's the symbol, and let's see, how do I do it so we see both like that? It's this one. So move an opponent's coffin from a grave to any other open grave. So yeah. Just moving my stuff around. No points on this one, so he just gets the ability, which is a pretty good ability. So I know he wants to move me out of either the 10th spot or the 11th spot. I think the 11 is worth more points. So where can you put me? I think if he puts me here, it'll give me a chance to get 11. He gets 7. The other thing that I can think of is putting him here. He gets 12, but it's -4, so he gets 8. But here he gets only 7. So I think that is probably the best place to put him. So we'll put him there. That way I get a chance. Or actually, let me put him here since I'm loading, right? I'm only loading 1, but then I can get 5 points. All right, so I did it like that. So next up is the 7, which is mine. So I'm loading a single to the cart, and that goes back into my hand. And I got a blank, so nothing else for blue player. For orange player, is going to get a single loaded up here and back into my cart. And then I did play the combo, so I'm getting a fate card. And you know I want to move him out of the way, and none of these things let me do that. So I'm drawing a blind, and oof, I get a reburial, which well, actually lets me get my stuff out of the mass grave, so not horrible. And I only have 2, and he only has 2, but see, he's stuck with doubles. So now he has to play his 6th card, which is the only card that lets him, I mean, from the I don't know about his other cards, and I wouldn't show you, but I shouldn't show you. But the 6 is the one that lets him load, and he only has one of those unless he has fate cards that also lets him do that. So he's kind of stuck in that respect. All right, so we've done our stuff, we've gotten our fate cards, so now we're going to load. Blue, he's going to do what he said he was going to do, right? And get 5 points over here. And then me, I've got majority. You know what? If I go here, I'll have majority. Well, I already have majority here. Have majority here. I can't get majority here because we're stuck. We're stuck here as well. So I think 6 points is the way to go. So I'll put my dude there. And we're done. So, and now we're out of cards. So we're going to shuffle these. We keep going until one of us has buried everybody. So, okay, and then orange is first player. Thank you, Charmander. I am so glad that I got you out because I really don't remember whose turn is who. So orange is going to decide, and I got my reburial, but that I can do from any side. I do want more majorities here, so I think we're going to go here. And we only have 3 spots. So what are we going to play? Well, I think it's a given that we should play a reburial. And then with 3 spots, I could try to go for another fate card, but I know that he only has 2 coffins left, so I should probably get another coffin out, as much as I would love. So I'm gonna get my 6. I'm first player. I know he wants to play a 6 because he has only double coffins, or a fate card, which I can't beat. And then I'll just play my blank. Or should I go for yet another one? There are 3 spots. I'll take 1 mostly for sure. Does he want 2 spots? He probably, well, he can't because he has a double. So yes, I'm gonna try to do that and get another spot in the cemetery. All right, so we reveal. These are the cards he's playing, and you know what I'm playing. And we are tied on the 9, but I go first, so I get to do a reburial and put one of my coffins somewhere else. You know, I want to move this one, and I want to go for majorities, but let me look ahead. I know he's going to move one of my guys, and then he's got 1 more. So I know I'm getting 2 things. One is going to be a double coffin, one's going to be a single coffin. I can put my double coffin here, And then for my single coffin, I can go here. I can try to at least tie him here so he doesn't get those 4 points. So that's what I did. And then he's going to move one of my dudes out of the way. And I think he wants to move this 10 out of the way and give me 8 points, which is less than it's 2 points less than what he was getting. Or he can do it here and give me 7 points. I think that's probably better. So, of course, he doesn't know that I'm getting majority here, so it's actually 9 points. But he doesn't know that. I guess I do know that. But all right, so next up is the 6. I am first player, so I will go first. And I'll load a double here. And once somebody runs out of these, we finish the round, and then the game, we score. At the end, we score everything up. All right, he's also loading a double. And just like I thought, he only has one of those cards, so the next one is a blank, so he still has 1. Whereas me, I'm going to finish the game up this round because I do get to load another 1. So not bad. Okay, so no more fate cards to be had. So let's try this. I was going to get my majorities here and get 11 points, which is not a bad thing. He's not moving me, so that's great. Now he's got to put something here, and he's going to go for the 11 points, messing my majority. But if I want to keep my majority, here he's got majority. So if I don't want him to get those 4 points, 4 extra points, I will need to come here, but I won't have majority. Whereas if I go there, here I have majority. So yeah, I think I'm going to get the 6 points. Let him have those extra 4 points. I mean, I'm getting 6 and I'm getting 8 because I've got majority there. And that's that. And with that, we've reached the end of the game and we get to score. So we score for one player first, and then we'll do scoring for the other. So we go around counting everything up. But before I count everything up, maybe we should do the majorities, just so that I get him out of the way. So let's see. Over here, blue has majority, so blue gets 8 points. Over here, no one's here, so nobody loses points. And over here, blue's got majority, so he's got another 4 points, so he's winning at 12. And that's it for majority. So now I'm losing, so let's try and get mine out of the way. So I've got 7 points here, so that puts me up to 10. And then here I have 7 plus 6, 13. So 1, 2, 3, 23. That's those. I don't have anything here. I have 6 points here, so 29. I have 14 points here, 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm at 33, so 43. And then we'll move to this side of the river. I don't have anything in the river, so I lose no points. I've got 14 again, 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm at 47, so 57. Okay, and that was here. I got 4 points here, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then I got 11 points here, so that's 1, and then 72 right there. And then here I've got 13, so 1, 2, 3, and 85. I think I like it. I almost went all the way around. So that was me. Now we'll count his, and then we'll go and count the treasure cards and end of scoring stuff. So for him, he's got 5 points, so that puts him at 17. He's got 18 points here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 25 is 35. Okay. Over here he's got 9. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Over here he's got 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Over here he's got 9. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Over here he's got 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Over there he's got 11. So 77. Okay, so I'm still winning. I like it. All right, so since he's losing, let's check out, see if he can catch up to me, his treasure cards. So these cards are not gonna give him anything, so I'll just put them aside. Nothing there. But then he's got these cards in his hand, so let's see what he got. Oh, by the way, he loses, because he's in the river, he loses 3 points. So 1, 2, 3, yeah, 74. So first off, he's got necklace, and you saw that he got that during the game. So he's got another 5 points. Yeah, that's it. These don't count, not unless he plays them during the game. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't think he can catch up to me. And then he's got this emerald, which gives him 4 points. And this ability, which if we look in the cheat sheet, is right here, and it says 3 points, 3 points, of each coffin you have in the river is probably for each coffin you have in the river. So he has 1 in the river, so he has 3 points. So he has another 7 points. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So he did catch up to me, but of course we haven't counted my stuff. And you know I've got, what is it, 3 rosaries? Right, so let me see what else. These are my death certificates. Just with my 3 rosaries, I think I can get them. So that is 10 points because I have 3 of them. So I'm saying see ya. I'm this one, 85, so I'm up to 95. And on top of that, I've got my ruby, which would give me 4 points, and 2 points wherever I have majorities. So just for show, so I got 4 points, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then I have majorities here, so that's 2 points. I have majorities here, so that's 2 points. I don't have majority here. I don't have majority here. I have majority here. That's 2 points. No majorities. Majorities, 2 points. No majorities. Majorities, 2 points. And majorities, 2 points. So I really left them behind. And that's it. That's a whole game through of Bring Out Your Dead. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Well guys, there you have it. That was a full run through of Bring Out Your Dead, and you see that I've dressed for the occasion, right? I got my Goonies with my skull, I got my axes. Like I really tried to like, hey, let's really get into theme here. Nice game, plays pretty fast, a clear win, but I do think that the blue player who lost the game really got messed up by a couple of things. One of them, that my brain was split in 2 and I was paying a lot more attention to the orange player because I was guiding you guys through it than I was paying to the blue player. So that for sure, that's on me. But also his starting treasure with that card that you saw at the end of the game where he got points for people in the coffins, not people, I guess there's people inside, but coffins or dirt, coffins in the river. I think that really messed up with everything because that, I mean, come on, that's not a good card. If you lose points if you have stuff in the river, so it doesn't really benefit you to put things in the river, but then he had the objective of having people in the river, so it was like, should I go for it or should I not? And you even saw me during the game that I picked up somebody in the river, so I would have gotten a couple more points for that, but I would have lost a lot of points. So not the best card. I don't even know why they threw that in there. You really don't want that objective if you can avoid it, I think. Or maybe there's a way around it and you guys know how to work around it. Let me know. Maybe I can learn something from you guys. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed it. Join us on social media and subscribe to Meeple Village if you haven't done so already. And I hope you enjoyed this one. It's an oldie, I know, but it's a good game. I figured, why not, you know? And I'm going through my games, trying to get rid of some, trying to see what games I should really keep, because I know there's going to be more games coming. If you're a board gamer like me, there's always new board games coming, and you want them in your shelf. So I'm trying to make room for new games and trying to see which games I want to keep. So hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you all on the next one. But until then, may you play more games.
Anymore.